Hey, sixth graders. Next couple of lessons, we're looking at lesson 7, the relationship between visual fraction models and equations, so meaning those that we can see. And then lesson 8, dividing fractions and mixed numbers. So it says model the following using a partitive interpretation. So we have 3/4 divided by 2/5. So the way that we can look at a partitive is that 2/5 is, or 2/5 of what number is 3/4. Okay, so that's how you can phrase the partitive interpretations. So we have 2/5 shaded and that 3/4. So what is that? What's the whole number? So what is half of 3/4? Well, if we make 3/4 and 2/5 the same, we can get 6/8 and then divide that in half. Sorry, not the 2/5 part. But if we make this so it can be divided in half, we get 6/8, which is equal to 3/4, and then half of that is going to be 3/8. So each of these blocks is going to represent 3/8. We add those all together and we get, or multiply times 5 because there's 5 of them, we get 15/8. So 3/4 divided by 2/5 is 15/8, or 2/5 of what number? 2/5 of 15/8 is 3/4. Okay? Now what about measurement? We have 3/5 divided by 1/4. So the way you can phrase the measurement interpretations, 3/5 is how many fourths? So here we have them with the same denominator. So we have 12/20 shaded, which means we have 8/20 that are not shaded. We break that down into 4 sections. We have 5/20, 5/20, 5/20, and 5/20. So we can see that 2 full of those 5/20 are shaded, and then another 2 of those 5. So 12/20 divided by 5/20 is going to give us 12/5. So we have 5, 10, and 2 more is 12, or 2 and 2/5. Okay, if we were to write it as a mixed number. Then some steps when dividing fractions. You first want to write the expression. So if you have a word problem, you first want to write the expression in numerical form. And then you want to convert it into a fraction. So what that means is when you have a mixed number, you want to convert that to an improper fraction. And then finally, you want to divide the fractions. Okay, so let's look at an example. So Carly has 4.5 walls left to paint in order for all the bedrooms in her house to have the same color paint. However, she has used almost all of her paint and only has 5/6 of a gallon left. How much paint can she use on each wall in order to have enough paint to paint the remaining wall? Walls. Sorry. So first, we write the expression 5/6 divided by 4.5, because 5/6 is what she has, 4.5 walls is what she needs to paint. Next, we convert to a fraction. So 4.5 in a fraction form is 9/2. Then we divide. So 5/6 over 9/12. With dividing fractions, you always flip the second number. So 2 is now on the top, 9 is on the bottom, and then you multiply. So 5 times 2 is 10, 6 times 9 is 54. We simplify it so she can put 5/27 of a gallon of paint on each wall. Okay? Sometimes you won't need to write the expression because it'll already be written for you. So we have 2/5 divided by 3 and 4/7. So we first convert to a fraction, 25/7, and then we divide into fractions. So 2/5 divided by 25 over 7, is equal to 2/5 times 7/25, which is 14 over 125. 14 and 125. That's it for lessons 7 and 8. Make sure you ask questions if you have them. Your assignment is to complete the Edmodo questions for lessons 7 and 8. Make sure you read each question and answer option carefully and then select the best option. Have a good Wednesday.